Hey there, Clashers, welcome back. Today I'm going to be bringing you guys a long overdue video in the Heroes from Baby Levels to Max series that I started a little while back. Of course, I started this series when I went up to Town Hall 10 with level 15 heroes, and now we are right about at the end. I have a level 35 king and a max queen for Town Hall 10. So I'm going to do this video and probably one more to finish off this series. And the big thing about today's video is I'm going to show you a way to get massive amounts of Dark Elixir to really grind out those hero levels quickly. So the army that I've been working with is one that you probably don't want to use when you still have Elixir upgrades going on. Like if you're upgrading Elixir troops in the lab, or if you're trying to do barracks or camps. It's a bit of a drain. Now, that being said, I do still use Elixir to upgrade quite a few walls, so it's still possible to upgrade your Elixir stuff while using this army. It just might take a little bit longer. So what army am I using? Of course, it's Baby Dragons. Let's take a look here. We've got, it's this one at the bottom. It's 14 Baby Drags, 14 balloons, 1 Lava Hound, and I take a Lava Hound and a balloon in the clan castle. And then I've got a Zap Quake with 3 rage spells. So it's very cheap on Dark Elixir. Just the 1 dark spell and 1 Lava Hound makes it less than 1,000 per attack. And of course it's a little over 400,000 on the Elixir. Now you can play around with the number of baby dragons and the number of balloons to kind of make that Elixir cost fluctuate. If you don't mind having a high cost on Elixir, you can raise the number of baby dragons and take out some balloons. And then, if you want to reduce the cost, just, vice versa. More balloons, less baby drags. I feel like 14 and 14 is a really good balance. That's why I haven't messed with it since I started. Now let's take a look at some of the attacks here. You can see I've gotten some really good hits in lately. Everything except maybe 1 or 2 are over 3,000. So you can see I had a couple of them there that were 2,000. And then an older hit down here, which was less than 2,000. That was probably one of the cases where I just completely missed the Dark Elixir in the middle of the base. But I'm getting these pulls, and remember the cost of the army is less than 1,000. So on top of these, you can see I'm, for the most part, hitting the 70% mark, which means I get 2,060 Dark Elixir on top of what I get out of the base itself. Also, I've been running this army for the most part since I've been at Town Hall 10. And the cool thing about the gold and the elixir is you don't really have to pay attention to it, especially up there in these high leagues. If you just focus and pick bases with lots of dark elixir, the gold and the regular elixir, they're going to pile up regardless. So, you don't have to go out and look for bases with lots of gold to get your gold stuff upgraded. Just target that dark elixir, and the gold and elixir will follow naturally. So let's go ahead and dive into a couple of these replays. And we will start off with this one down here towards the bottom. Now, what I found here is a dead Town Hall 11 base. So I start off a funnel down here with the baby dragons, and the king, he's going to head in. So the baby dragons, they make sure that the king goes towards the wall. He'll take out that mine and then start beating on the wall. And once the wall is pretty much open, I send in the queen right behind, and she's going to follow him in. So there they go. And the queen's going to take care of that first air defense and then take care of the king. So down goes the king. And now she takes care of the air defense. The other thing is I like to make sure that the wizard towers get taken care of too. They're not so much a problem with baby dragons, but they can be. But they'll definitely do some damage to your balloons. So 2 wizard towers down, 1 air defense down so far. And I think I go ahead and Zap Quake this air defense over here too, because I don't think my queen's going to be able to make it over that far. So there we go. We'll speed that up. There's the Zap Quake. And then that allows me to come in from the other side. I send in the baby dragon to make sure that the queen goes down and to help pick up a couple more of the buildings there. She may have taken out that air defense without the Zap Quake. I'm not sure. But better safe than sorry, I guess. So I send in one balloon per air defense, and then, or one lava hound rather, to each air defense, and then obviously all the balloons in behind. And then I try to funnel the baby dragons as best as I can in towards the core of the base. The funnel on this one was poor. Obviously, the baby dragons, they all kind of went around the base. So I go ahead and rage up the balloons down here, and they're going to take out a couple more of these high-value defenses in the Teslas. And now all that's left as far as defense is another Tesla over here, and then that archer tower. So this big group of baby dragons, they're going to be able to move through pretty easily. They've got this geared up archer tower to deal with, but there's a couple more balloons moving in to take it out. And then I'm able to pick up the 3-star on this base, and a massive profit on Dark Elixir. Now going up to one of my other hits, of course we've got yet another dead base over here, so I'm going to be doing kind of a similar thing. I use one baby dragon to funnel the heroes in. I let the king break in through the wall, and then the queen's going to follow him into that compartment here, so we'll 4x that real fast. So in goes the king, he dies pretty quickly, but the queen, she'll follow him in and take out that first air defense. And then I zap quake this air defense down here. And then of course the baby dragons and balloons, they're going to come in from this side. So we're going to 2x the start. Notice the 2 baby dragons to start off, and they are going to basically funnel the main group of baby dragons. I sent 3 in over here. I went a little heavy on the baby drags. But there's the main group. And then the balloons, of course, they're pushing in. This queen's kind of taking them out though. So one more core bunch of balloons, and they'll head straight into the middle. And I think the hidden Teslas pop up over here. But anyway, I've got a very large group of baby dragons, and still the funnel didn't really go the way I wanted it to. But I do have enough baby dragons in the core, and that'll take out the town hall for the extra trophies. Now I don't pay too much attention to trophies, but it is good to either maintain high trophies or maybe even move up a little bit, and that's just for the loot bonus. But every once in a while I'll see a base where I know it's going to be difficult to get the 1-star, like on a Supermax Town Hall 11. But if they've got 5,000 or 6,000 Dark Elixir, sometimes it's worth taking a 30-something trophy loss. But anyway, this attack's wrapping up here. Baby dragons didn't hit it as strong as they did on the last dead base. Largely due to the funneling issue, also because of these high point defenses that are still up, like the Teslas and archer towers. But anyway, I was really happy with the Dark Elixir pool. I got pretty much everything that was available. And that'll be that for these baby dragons here. Alright, so this time around we do have an active base, but of course it's an engineered Town Hall 11, which you've got to love these when you're out farming. He's got no Inferno Towers and no Eagle to deal with. So I go ahead and send in the heroes, and all the heroes are doing in this attack are making a funnel. So I zapped out that air defense, and that was the high level one. And then the king's going to clear out the side. So since I got a pretty decent funnel established over here, also got the queen taken care of, which is really good. I send a couple of early baby dragons over here to kind of do the same thing. I think one more will come down. So balloons and hounds, they are moving in as well. There's the other baby dragon over here to finish up that funnel. And then the large group of baby drags from the back. And they will eventually catch up to the balloons and hounds. You usually don't want the balloons and hounds to get too far ahead of your baby dragons, but sometimes they get so stuck on these buildings back here that it just takes them a while to catch up. A little unusual, the balloons sort of came back for that hidden Tesla there, so they do go into the core as the baby dragons move in as well. Unfortunately, that rage I dropped in the core was way too early, so it was pretty much wasted. It doesn't matter though, because the baby dragons are able to pick up the Dark Elixir, and that's pretty much all I get out of this base. And the reason I don't get the Town Hall, of course, is that sweeper. And that's something you really want to pay attention to when you're looking at which way you're coming into the base. A sweeper can really give you a bad day. Baby dragons like to go off course as it is, and if you throw a sweeper in there that you weren't counting for, that can turn a bad attack into a failed attack really easily. So we'll take a look at one more And this is the attack I just did not too long ago. It looks like I got the triple. Okay, yeah, so it's another engineered base. I've been finding a lot of these lately. And he's even got an air defense down. I love taking advantage of the bases that have one or more air defenses down. I target this air defense over here with the heroes. And then I'm going to target this air defense with the spells. And that's to get the air sweeper down, because they're so close. So that's a high value Zapquake here. And then the hero entry, that air defense is already down, so that worked out perfectly. So in go the heroes. I don't believe they get the queen taken care of before they go down. And then I'm actually going to send the Laloon in from this side of the base, even though the last air defense is down here. So here come the hounds and loons. I send in a couple of early rage spells, and then all of the baby dragons in a line behind. Poison down for the enemy queen, and the baby drags will make quick work of her under the rage spell. So down she goes, and in go the balloons. A bunch of hidden Teslas and expos, so I'm getting a lot of value out of the rage spell because of the balloons in the core. They're just smashing all of those high value defenses. They're all kind of piled up on top of each other, and so they make quick work of it. And that's essentially what allowed me to get the triple on this base. So there we go. Pretty much no more defenses to worry about. There's one archer tower, but there's also a lot of baby dragons left up. So we're going to 4x this cleanup here. Baby dragons working their way around, and that is a 3-star on yet another engineered base. And it seems like I'm getting lucky with these base finds between the dead bases and the engineered bases. I do often hit maxed out Town Hall 10s, and every once in a while I'll hit some decent Town Hall 11s. But those can be pretty risky, especially if they have the level 2 Eagle. So they have to be worth it to go for them. But basically what I'm going for is you want to be picky with your bases. Spend a little bit of time if you can to click the next button a couple of times. I think on average I sort through 20 or 30 bases before I find one that I really like. It just depends on how much time I'm willing to put into that raid. But I think that's going to be it. I do not have an attack loaded up. I'm actually waiting for defensive troops as my guard starts to dwindle. I do want to talk a minute about where we're at as far as league play replays. Crimson Fog and the Crimson Alliance is no longer affiliated or participating in the LWCW. Flues and I were on staff in LWCW for a month or so, and things didn't work out, and it actually led to us leaving the league early. Not something I wanted to do, but it was something that had to happen. That's all I'm really going to say about that. However, Crimson Fog, we are getting ready for MLCW Trial Wars. So we have applied for MLCW Trial League. Hopefully we'll be getting into that soon. And there should be some LWCW videos still on my channel, and that will be coming in the form of 50 Spartans replays. So in the meantime, keep an eye out for the 50 Spartans replays, and by the end of the month, keep an eye out for MLCW replays coming from Crimson Fog. Now that's all I've got for this video, guys. Hopefully my farming tactics help out some folks out there trying to get that DE built up. If you guys have any go-to DE farming armies, let me know down in the comments below. If you guys like this video, be sure to click that subscribe button. Thank you guys for stopping by, and I will see you all next time.